Hello everybody, good morning. So this is a Tableau demo session. We'll go over the product, what is Tableau, and basically we will touch point on what are the advanced feature it has and how the product started in the year of 2004, and then subsequently it has been lots of version from 4, 5, 6. Subsequently it's on 8.2, which is the very latest release. 8.2.3 came on September 29th 2014. So that's the latest version of the product, and then we will touch base on few live demo session, like where we will go over the Tableau desktops and we'll see how to create a workbook and how to create a dashboard, and finally how to publish the dashboard on server. So there are lots of advanced features which we will go over in detail during our main training session, whereas in the demo I will touch point a few key features, and we'll see how to create a worksheet, how to create a dashboard, and how you can control your worksheet in a dashboard for the visualization perspective. Okay, so the Tableau, the first thing is, what is Tableau? So let's go for this product and see what is Tableau. So it's a history. It says it's an American computer company. It's another startup from California Bay Area. In the year of 2003, the folks from Stanford, they come to know like how they can capture the user's instruction from their desktop and convert it into a visual SQL, and then execute that SQL on top of the backend database, whatever it may be the database, either it is file system or it's relational database or it's access database, and then generate the view as it has been instructed by the user. So as a designer or as a developer, when you write when you try to control the design, so automatically Tableau is the product, the core Tableau engine convert that request to a visual SQL, and that SQL will be executed on top of backend source database and brings back you the result. So it's very user friendly visualization tool, you can say. So Tableau is nothing but a visualization tool with very easy navigation for developer as well as for the end user. So it's started in 2003, but to catch up the market it has taken certain like time. Then in 2004 they released the 4.x release, and then it comes all the way down 5, 6, and the 7 release was like for 2007 2008 time frame, and then now we are on 8.2.3. so many dots release came in between to fix lots of patch, lots of bugs, and now the product is a really stable product. So when you say Tableau has lots of products. So basically you will see the 5 key products. So Tableau desktop, Tableau server, Tableau online, and Tableau reader, and then final one is Tableau public. So if you look at this, Tableau public, Tableau reader, these two are free. So they just give it free of cost. When you log in to tablausoftware.com and you create a account, then you will get a Tableau public ID, which is 1 gigabyte of space. So that's nothing but that is in Tableau in cloud. So you can create your desktop worksheet, you can create your dashboard, and you can publish into the Tableau hosted services. So it's Tableau public it's public for everybody. You are posting your data, you are posting your visualization, you are posting your view to everyone through internet. So it's everyone who has internet who can go to www.tablausoftware.com and they can just go to the public, they can see your data. So that's free. But something called Tableau online, which is nothing but Tableau public premium, you can say. So that public premium is something which you have to purchase. So in place of you bring the server in-house, you can use the hosted service provided by Tableau Cloud. So it's a cloud-based hosted service. You can purchase how much memory space you want. You do not need to install the server, you do not need to maintain the server. Everything is done by Tableau, but you have to pay for it. So that's the difference between Tableau Public and Tableau Public Premium. So earlier we call it Tableau Digital, and some point of time they realized it's nothing but this public's advanced public version, right? So you are paying it, you are getting allocated memory. In place of going free of 1 GB space, you can buy, I need 10 gigs or I need 20 gigs, and then subsequently you can post your developed worksheet or developed dashboard. I'm a company, I just want to market my company performance to the public. So then you just want that to be open to everybody, you just use Tableau Public, make it free. But when you purchase Tableau Public Premium, you have the option to control the security, which worksheet you want to make public, which one worksheet you want to make it to specific set of users or set of groups. So that kind of security control you can do when you go for public premium. But in the free of cost, what they provide is Tableau Public, you cannot do that. It's once you upload, it is open to all. So the Tableau desktop is a very key product, part of the Tableau product lines, because that's where you will be connecting to the database, you will be pulling the data out of source tables, you will be doing a data model, joining the tables, and then finally you are building the dashboard and worksheet. So you control whole database operation through desktop. So that's the UI for developer, that's a UI for super user who wants to create certain ad hoc reports, everything controlled through Tableau desktop. So that's a licensing version you have to purchase as a like how many desktop license you need. As a company you have to buy that. So accordingly you can use it to build the dashboard, to connect to the database, to publish your worksheet, or to publish your dashboard to either Tableau hosted server in-house or to the Tableau Public, which is hosted by Tableau itself in cloud. So there are lots of overview on the product. So what Tableau does in their website. If you visit www.tabsoftware.com about, you'll get lots of information about their product lines, what they do, what are their customers. They have so many customers like Apple, Walmart. They are very old customers for Tableau. These days people are like, most of the people are moving towards better visualization, cost efficiency. So that's where Tableau come into play and fit into their requirement to building the dashboard, rather than spending lots of money on lots of other reporting tools, which is, say you go for Oracle OBIE, or you go for BO reports, or you go for Cognos. There are lots of reporting tools, but why you go for Tableau is something, it is really cost effective. It's really minimize your operational expenses to execute a project, and it is really easy to build and publish. So that's where we come for Tableau, and as an enterprise dashboarding tool. Okay, so it's basically as I said, it provide the right information to the right person at the right time. So I'm an executive of a company, and I just want to look the financial performance of my company at this point of time. So Tableau can give a very good visualization with graphical representation or tabular representation of your data. So that's basically reaching out to the user and meeting the user expectation at the right time with the right information. And it really helps for decision making at the right time, and it has a very good drill down, drill off, drill through features. So we will come back to that when we will go for a live demo, but that's basically, you want to look at the data for one region, you want to go one level down, you want to look at the data for certain countries, you want to go one level down and you want to see certain states in that countries, or you want to go to the cities, how the city, the sales in this particular city in this particular state. That's how you can drill down, drill up, wherever you want to do for slicing and dicing your data, you can do that. And it's easy to understand, easy visualization. As I said, Tableau itself is, you can say, it's a visualization tool. So a data analysis and data visualization tool. Okay, and the best feature of Tableau is it works really fast when it comes to file-based data system. So basically it was the Visual SQL which built on top of Tableau. It reads the file system very fast than any other reporting tool. So that's where Tableau come and play a big role to pull the data out of flat files. So it does not have a relational repository where it query the tables, whereas it reads the tables, it brings the data to a file-based system, and that data file stores in the Tableau repository, and that will be used for your visualization and data presentation layer. So that's how Tableau works, and that's why it is really fast than hitting to a backend relational tables which hold lots of transactional data. Okay. And as I said, it's a really cost efficiency and low implementation cost. That's where Tableau we choose. Okay, let's move on, and here you go. So if you look at this slide deck, it's interesting. How many nines in this slide deck? It's hard to count. If you look at this screen and you want to count how many nines, it may take you hours to find out row by row. You go and look at the nines, right? So that's where I say Tableau. Look at the next slide where you can easily count. So it's color coding, it's easy visualization, it's easy presentation. So it's all about visualization, it's all about presentation. So how you present your data, how you distinguish your KPI surrounded by lots of metadata or surrounded by lots of information. So you might be having 10 different measures, but you just want to focus on sales, you just want to focus on profit. Either you want to build a sales dashboard, you might be looking for sales by department or sales by category. You really don't care about other measures what is already there in that table. So in that time you are trying to focus particular KPI for your specific requirement. That's where Tableau come into play and make a better visualization to distinguish your KPI out of hundreds of measures. Okay, so that's the difference between the previous slide and this slide. Okay, now look for the Tableau product lines. So as I said in the part of product history, you can look at this. So the center is the desktop. So that is the most important product where you create your worksheet, create your dashboard, and you connect to different data source. We'll come back to that, what different kind of data source it supports. Lots and lots of inbuilt out-of-box adapter it has where you can connect to multiple data source, pulls the data, present it, and finally you publish it and share across your team or share across the globe. So it's all about visualization and presentation. So desktop is the center where you connect to data source, and finally you publish it into the target, which is either in the server or in the public. And then when it comes to the end user, so the end user is a super user, they can connect through Tableau desktop. If they want to connect through web, so once you have a hosted service either through Tableau public cloud or through Tableau server, you can access that through that URL as well. So what is Tableau Reader? So that's a free product. You can just, as a client base, you install in your local machine, and if your team is working on a, like they have a licensed desktop and you are a reviewer, you want to review it, but you really don't want to make any modification to that, you can just review and give some comments, and or you are a business user who just want to read or view some data, then Tableau Reader is the one which can meet your expectation. So you download Tableau Reader, and if somebody will give you a packaged workbook which has worksheet, dashboard, data source, everything, you can just copy it, paste it in your desktop, and open it on the Tableau Reader to view it. It's kind of offline view of data which has already been created through Tableau desktop. You really don't need to make a live connection to the database, or you really don't need to have access to the backend database. You can just save that packaged workbook in your machine, open through Tableau Reader, and you can look at that. Alright, so Tableau, so these are the four key areas, and one more, the fifth one is the Tableau Public Premium. So that's where it is the paid version of your Tableau Public. So Tableau Public is free for 1 gigabyte of space, where you can free of cost publish your data, and you cannot control the security. So once you publish, it is public to all. But that's Tableau Public Premium, which is nothing but you are using the Tableau hosted service rather than bringing Tableau server installation, configuration, maintenance. There are lots of cost involved in that. So that's why people go for Tableau Public, which is nothing but a cloud base. Also, like I have seen many companies who goes with Tableau server hosted in-house, so that they can have more control and they don't want to make their data public. Okay, so this Tableau desktop is nothing but the developer UI, where as a super user or as a developer you'll be working on the worksheet, you'll be working on building dashboards, and you can create computed columns, you can apply filters, you can create geographical maps, lots of operations that are what you can do in Excel, that more than that you can do it in Tableau. So that's why Tableau. So if somebody will ask like, what is this doable in Tableau? The first question is it doable in Excel? So if it is yes, then it is yes. Whatever you can write in SQL queries, PL SQL queries, you can do that exactly same in Tableau desktop, but here you are not writing anything. You are just instructing Tableau desktop to do it for you. So you just drag and drop, and then Tableau will create the Visual SQL for you in the backend, and then it execute that SQL on top of your database which you have connected, and brings back the data. Right. So that's how Tableau, the beauty of Tableau, and that's how it will work really fast. All right. So this is the key architecture. You can see that this is a 3-tier architecture. So your left side is all about the database. So they have out-of-box adapter. You really don't need to purchase anything extra. When you have license for desktop, you have license for server, you can connect to different file-based database. You can connect to different server-based database. So when I say file-based, it's nothing but your Excel, MS Access, or text file, or comma-separated CSV file, or you can use one Tableau workbook as another workbook's data source. So that kind of thing. When it comes to server-based database, it's nothing but our database server. Either it is Oracle, SQL Server, Teradata, MySQL. So lots of database it supports out of box. So during the demo, we'll see like what are the adapter they have out of box and how you can create the connection to that. And the center one is the Tableau server. So where you are having the Tableau repository. When you install it, it creates a repository for you, because every time you create the connection to backend server, database server, it brings the data in two different ways. Either it brings an extract, save it into the Tableau repository, and it meets your end users requirement on the fly when they look for the data or reports, or it creates a live connection. So depending on the connection type you have selected, during the building of worksheet or building of dashboard. That is how it will establish the connection with the backend. So sometimes the extract mode runs really well because you are not going to hitting into any performance because you are not connecting to the physical table in the backend. Whereas connection live is nothing but you are lively connected to the backend table. Say example, so Apple launched iPhone 6 and they want to keep track of their sales every hour, every minute, how much items has been sold or how much items has been in the back order, so that kind of stuff. So then they need a live connection. So if you have that extract mode, it's nothing but it's a bringing the data from the Tableau cache, right? So from the cache memory it is storing it and bringing it back. But when it's a live connection, you are hitting to the sales table, you are hitting to the order table, you are hitting to the employee table and all those things. So that means you are making a live establishing connection with backend source systems. And desktop is the center where you are building the visualization, you are analyzing your data before you publish that on the server. So from desktop you also connect to database and brings the data, make your visualization, publish it on the server. So this is a hosted server. Either it is a hosted server or it is a Tableau public premium, which is a hosted service by Tableau on cloud. It's all same. So they will give you a URL and they will give you a account, admin account. You will connect it. You look at all the saved database. So why we save the database in server? Because if you are working on a dashboard and next 6 months down the line your HR team wants to build another dashboard and you can reuse what has been saved in your previous implementation. You really don't need to create a new connection again and again. If you are doing a recurring connection and both are same, so it's kind of you are replicating your connection and you are consuming the memory in the Tableau server. So in place of doing that, the efficient way is the one time you do a connection, save that connection saying this is Oracle HR or this is Oracle fixed asset or this is Oracle order management. So in that way whoever comes there, they can just use that connection and they can design the visualization. Okay, and then coming here to end user. So that is a big advantage of Tableau is it's very user friendly because the visualization is really good, and the most important thing is it is well accessible through electronics device like mobile phone, iPod, iPad. So the most of the executives in our organization, they just bring their own device, right? So many companies now started introducing that as a project, BYOD. So what is BYOD? It's bring your own device. So even if your corporate has given us a laptop, but people comes with their own cell phone to check their emails, to go for approvals, and they do their iPad to look at their company performance and executive levels people. So the Tableau works really well on iOS or Android, so all those like Mac. So it works really well. So you give the browser URL to them, they can access to your server and they can look at the data, and they can on the fly, on the go, they can approve it, they can look at it, so they can do lots of stuff from the dashboarding visualization perspective. So that's where Tableau comes into play, because of this very good visualization and easy accessible through mobile device. We can also schedule certain reports which we can send through email as an attachment, and that's where also goes to Tableau server. From Tableau server to end user, you can view the reports from specific folder in the Tableau server. You can export it to PDF and you can send email with that PDF as an attachment. So Tableau has two command lines like tab commands and tab admin. So tab admin is used for automating lots of stuff from the server side, whereas tab commands is for publishing your dashboard into server, to exporting your report or scheduling your report, and then sending the emails. So those are the things where we use tab commands. And tab admin commands we use to back off, restore, we want to start and stop the services, and we want to create certain users or assign some privileges in the server side, we can use tab admin commands. Okay, so this basically, in the summary, it's a 3-tier architecture. It has database, it has server, and the end users are the 3rd tier, right? Alright, so basically the development workflow is nothing but you install, configure, then you connect to desktop, and once you connect to desktop, you connect to the data source, and either it is Oracle ERP or it's SQL Server or it's Teradata or it's any file system. So you can create a connection. Once you create a connection, create a worksheet that is nothing but your view or visualization. So you can customize it. You can. It's very drag and drop. We'll see when we'll go for live demo. But it's really easy because you are not writing a SQL in Toad or in SQL Developer. What you are doing, you are controlling through the menu options, through the out-of-box menus available in Tableau, and then Tableau engine is doing it for you, converting your request to a visual SQL in the backend, and that is getting executed on top of the backend database tables and brings back you the data. So the whole process, you request something, it goes back to the database server, execute the queries, bring back to you. Its whole time is nothing but your report rendering time. So how much time it takes when somebody say what is Tableau report to rendering time, it's nothing but when the user requests the report, that request goes back to the backend table, execute the vSQL, brings back the data to you. So the whole time is called report rendering time. Okay, so once you build the dashboard, then final step is you publish it on the server. So either you publish it on your own server or you publish it on the Tableau public hosted server. Okay, so we'll go over basic things like a couple of slides on server, and the same we will go for a couple of slides on desktop, and then we will go for a live demo. So Tableau server, so as I said, so server is nothing but you are going to host in-house. So either you host in-house or you publish it on the Tableau public. You can reduce your maintenance cost or support cost. So server is very easy to install. So it's a window based, so that's another thing. It's a purely Windows based application. So Tableau does not work on Unix. So it's for a long time they have very big clients. It works pretty well in Windows based. Maybe that's the reason why they have not gone for compatibility with Unix. But it's a purely Windows based. So when it says Windows based, it's easy. So installation configuration is really easy with 4 steps. Then you connect to the URL of the server, look at the views and share your views. So that's the 4 key things on the server. So if you look at this screen, you download the setup, just 4 steps as I said. Next, go and activate your product with the activation key, and then you configure option. So in that configure, that's where you can provide the Microsoft Active Directory authentication. So all the companies, they do not maintain hundreds of native users. They just configure the server with MSAD, where they can pull all the active users email IDs from Microsoft Active Directory to Tableau authentication server. So in that way, you do not need to create native users, you do not need to assign a password for them and all those things. So it's a direct integration with Microsoft Active Directory, where it can pull all the users and it will authenticate automatically to access your server. Okay, and you can give different level of access. It's an interactive user or it's a read-only user. So according to the access you provide, that's how the people can view the dashboard. They can view the worksheet, or they can edit it or not. If it is a super user or interactive user, they can edit the worksheet, they can republish the worksheet. But if it is a read-only user or viewer, they can only view it, so they cannot edit anything. And when you configure, the fourth step is you create a admin ID. So that admin ID will be nothing but your administration ID to connect to the server, and that admin ID will be used for automating the process. When you use tab admin commands, you have to use the admin ID to start the service, stop the service, create users, assign privileges, or you want to back off and restore. Those are the 5 or 6 basic functions we use from tab admin commands. So it's very easy. It's 4-step installation configuration for whole Tableau server. And as I said, if you don't want to do the installation, maintain it, then go for Tableau Public Premium, which is the paid version of Tableau Public. Tableau Public is 1 gigs of space free, whereas Tableau Public Premium is you have to purchase how much space you need from Tableau Hosted Service Cloud, and you can host your worksheet, you can host your you can publish your dashboard, and you can control the security as well. Alright, so once you install it in the 4 easy steps, as I said, you create one admin user and then you logged into the server. You can see these menu options on the left side. So what project, what workbook, what views, so what data source. So if you are creating a data source which you want to reuse it in all subsequent phases of project, you can just publish it in the server, and whoever is the next team works on, they can just reuse that data source. So, and they have like lots of other menu options. So that's pretty much for the visualization perspective, and this is the navigation of server landing page. So when you install the server, when you configure the server, log in with the administration ID, and you control all the features for your worksheet and for your dashboard. Alright, so just view the data. You can just click on the worksheet, you can view it, you can, as an administrator, you can delete, but if you are not administrator, you have just read-only access, you can go and view this through this 4-step. Like you just click on that, open it, right click, apply filter, you can keep only. So it's visualization, and you are doing that on your local machine, so you are not changing anything from the source design perspective, but what you are doing is you are applying the filters on your view. So what you are viewing is nothing but what is there in the whole system. Then you can apply which one you want to keep only, which one you want to exclude. We'll go over that on the live demo, but that's pretty much you will be doing when you have access to the server. Alright, and share your views. As administrator, you can control to whom you want to share, which group users. So we have basically user level security, group level security, so you can apply. So group is the best practice, because if 10 users wants to look at one particular sales dashboard or finance dashboard or your executive dashboard, then you can just make it a group, and you can add those executives from your organization in that group, and that group has access to the whole dashboard, they can view it. So that's a better way to go for group level security than going for user level security. Okay, that's pretty much on the Tableau server. So server side, it's very limited. It's a Windows based server. Once you install, configure, just host it. So you are just developing everything through Tableau desktop. So Tableau desktop is the key product from Tableau, where you connect to the database. Either the database is in the server, or you are creating a new connection, you can do, and then subsequently you are going to build your visualization, you are going to build your view, you can apply filters, you can apply sortings, you can add some computed columns, and you can build multiple worksheet, and that multiple worksheet can be combined together in different dashboards, and each worksheet can connect to different data source, and finally you publish your data dashboard. So that's what you do through Tableau desktop. So that's why it is a key product. So it's not only for developer, it is also for super user to do on-spot, on-demand reports, which is nothing but called ad hoc reporting. If a user wants to do some ad hoc report before he or she goes for a meeting, then they can just go to desktop. They have the established connection, drag and drop, apply filter, and give it to the top executives in the organization. So that's where Tableau desktop play a vital role in the whole Tableau product lines. So as I said, connect, view, create your view and create your dashboard, and then publish it on the server. It's very simple, the four phase model for Tableau desktop. So connect, create views, create dashboard, and then publish it on the server. And then when you log into the server, you can control the security, who wants to see which dashboard. You can create groups, create authentication, and provide the access accordingly. So that's from the server side when you publish it in your own server or you use it in the Tableau public. Alright, so another couple of slides before we go for a live demo. So this is what called like when you create connection. As I said, there are 4 piece model. So first one is connect. So once you connect, then only you can create your own view. Without having a database connection, either it is a file based or it is a relational database, without establishing a connection you cannot do anything. So it supports lots of different varieties of connection. So it connects to extracts, it connects to multidimensional database like Hyperion SBase for bringing the forecasting or plan data or budget data. It connects to relational database where it can pull the live actual data. You can create join between the tables, or you can write custom SQL. So you can execute you can build a package in your Oracle SQL Developer tool, and then you bring that SQL, paste it here, and that's it. It will work the way it works in your backend database. So rather than creating the join on the Tableau screen, you can create the joins, build your whole package SQL, execute it in your backend tables in through SQL Developer or tool, and everything works well. Just copy and paste it here as a custom SQL. So it allows multiple data source, multiple type of data source to create a connection, and then on top of it you can create your views and publish it on the server. Okay, this is the window, so we will go there. When you connect to Tableau desktop, you will see called connect to data. So it will show you all the options, what kind of database it can support. So what is the server based database and what are the file based database. So it will give you the option, and then if it is a file base, you can just open it from your local machine. You have an Excel database, you can just open it and then you use it for your development for view and visualization. So then once you establish that connection, then you create the view. The second step is to create the view. So it's pretty simple, drag and drop. So if you look at this, there is a page, there is a filter, there is a column, and there is a row. So there is a column here, there is a row. So it's nothing but you write a select statement, select department number, employee ID, employee name from employee table as well as from department table. So in place of writing that SQL, here you are dragging and dropping the columns here. Indirectly you are instructing Tableau to build a query for you that's called Visual SQL, Viz SQL, and that Viz SQL will be executed on top of backend database, brings back the data for you. That is the core of Tableau. So Viz SQL is the one why they started this product as a efficient product in year of 2003. Okay, so once you create the view, you have many options to do the different color codings, to do look at the data, and it has out of box whether you want to see a bar chart, pie chart, or you want to look at the tabular report. So however you want, you can do that. Okay, so there are lots of different varieties of chart, around 22 different graphical representation Tableau supports, and you can create n number of worksheet, and you can combine those worksheet and build the dashboard. Okay, so this is the basic navigation of dashboard. So you will see one left panel, top and the center. So left panel will have all the metadata and data, which is nothing but the dimensions and measures. And then top toolbar is nothing but all the icons which will be used very efficiently for the design and visualization perspective. And the center is the view, like this is the worksheet, so where you are viewing your data, right? So to control that visualization, you have column, you have row, you have page, and you have filter. Okay, and here there is something called mark card. So mark card is very much used to, as I said, is a visualization tool. So you have to highlight certain areas, whether it is a color coding or it is a text or it is size, or you want to give some tool tips to where on mouse over it will give you the description of that visualization. So that kind of stuff you can do through this mark card. Okay, and in the bottom you have two tabs. One is to create the worksheet, one is create dashboard. So that you can do through the top tool menu as well, or you can do from the bottom, which is worksheet and dashboard. Okay, so this is pretty much the x-axis, y-axis. You can have title, you can have caption, and this is legend, which will show you which color represent what. So if you have a geographical report and you want to do some visualization and you want to display some legend, you can do that as well. Okay, so that's pretty much on the visualization perspective, and those are the menu options, and we will see that when we'll go for this live demo now. So these are the terminology. If you look at this data tabular report, so this is whole table and this is the cell. So you can format each cell, you can format the rows, you can format the columns, and you can copy the format from one worksheet to other, and finally you can make a better presentation in your dashboard. Okay, so these are the last this is the last slide before we go for that live demo session. So the extension, so Tableau data source is nothing but it says .tds Tableau workbook. The extension of the file is .twb. It's Tableau, T for Tableau workbook. If you are making a packaged workbook, TWBX, so which is nothing but combination of worksheet, dashboard, data source, or any image or files, everything will be combined together. It's become packaged workbook. Okay, and then if you are extracting the data out of a worksheet, you can say Tableau data extract, so TDE. So these are the extension you'll get to know when you build a dashboard, you create a connection and you try to save it, it will save it in that extension. Okay, so that's says now we will go for the live demo. So in that demo we will see how the desktop looks like and what you can do, how you will establish a connection. Alright, so come back here, you go to all programs, and that's you see here there is a Tableau server and this is Tableau desktop. So in Tableau server you have all the options to configure the Tableau server. You manage product key, you start the Tableau server, stop the Tableau server, you can do lots of things. Then coming to Tableau desktop. Okay, so it will open the Tableau desktop. This is the landing page of Tableau desktop. So as I said, you have this file menu options. You can open a new window, or you can open from the existing workbook, or you can copy and paste. Here you can connect to data. Either you go here, connect to data, or there is a highlighted section here. If you keep your mouse cursor on top of it, it will show you display more connection options. And then these are the default database comes with Tableau desktop when you install it. When you go for production, we generally delete those sample database, whereas we show them what are the saved data source. If you have saved some data source, you can just use that and create your views. So now let's say I want to click on connect to data. So when you click connect to data, it will show you all the options, what type of database it supports. So in file type, if you look at this, basically 5 different type of file system it supports. So either it is a Tableau data extract, like you are building a data workbook and you want to create an extract and you want to use that for new dashboard creation. You can do that. Tableau data extract, which will extract the data from the data source. It stores in the Tableau repository. It does not establish a live connection to the source system. So as I said, there are two different ways. One is live connection and one is extract. Then it suppose access Excel text file and it also import from another workbook as well. Then coming to the server base, it supports lots of different database. So if you say Oracle, you click on that, you give your server name, schema ID, username, password, connect. It will bring you all the list of tables belongs to that schema. Okay, so you go for MySQL, you give server name, username and password, it will establish the connection. Or Microsoft SQL Server, give server name, authentication, and you connect it, and then you save that connection in the Tableau repository. So it supports lots of stuff. You go for a multi-dimensional database, so Oracle SBase. So you give the server name, username, password. When you connect, you will see the different application, multi-dimensional application in the Hyperion SBase or Oracle SBase. Then you pick the application, you see list of database in the application. You can select the database, click OK, so it will allow you to go there. Alright, so let's that's about creating the connection. So if I want to create a local connection, so I'll click on Microsoft Excel, so we'll see how it works. So here I just saved some sample database in my local machine. You can just open by keeping it in your local machine. If when I connect, it will say connecting to the data source, and it will bring the list of tables in that database. So it's, for example, this is Excel based database and I have 3 different tables. When you have hundreds of tables, you can enter wildcard search here. If I say R, so return, so RE means it will bring me only the tables starts with RE. So it supports that. So when you have Oracle ERP, say order management or cash management or fixed asset, any, or Oracle HR, you might be having hundreds of tables. So if you know what table you need for your dashboard build, then you can just search it, then you drag and drop. So when you drag and drop, let's say I drag the order. So in the bottom section, it will show you the data, what data it is having in the backend table and what column it has. So everything will come over, and then you can look at the data, and subsequently you will go back to the worksheet. See that these are the data you have, and you can just say show hidden fields. It will also show you the hidden fields, if any hidden fields are also available there. Alright, so once we create the connection, now you say there are 2 options, live connection or extract mode. In that way you can create the connection. So you go back to the worksheet. So you see that it brings back all the dimensions, all the measures. So dimension measures, it will be auto identified by Tableau. When it reads the table value, it differentiates which is dimension or metadata and which is data or fact. So when I say 150K, so it does not make any sense until and unless I say the employee X working in California for this particular department in the month of January or in the year of 2014, his salary is 140K. So that says the 140K has meaningful name when it has a metadata, so when it has information. So metadata is nothing but data about data. So when you have something number, fact, measures, so it does not make any sense without having the metadata information about it. So that's the difference between dimension and metadata, and it automatically identified by Tableau. You can still move from measure to dimension, dimension to measure. For example, I want to say uh, order, I will take it to dimension. So it has gone. So I want to take row to the dimension. It came over to dimension. So you can just keep it. Basically, we keep whatever the KPIs, whatever the measures, facts in measure section, and basically these are all numeric. Whereas dimensions, metadata or fact like department, company, customer, product, these are the dimensions. So when you say cell, so that sales is belongs to whom? So is it for department X and product Y, and in the market of US or in the market of India, how much sale? So that's where the sale will be have meaningful value when it has the metadata information. Alright, so here is a feature, like you go here, right click. So there is something called format default properties. So in the default property, you can go here, you can see lots of mathematical functions. So when you drag and drop profit, by default it will take sum of profit. If you make it average, it will become average of profit. If you make it sales, same way you can change it to sum of sales or average of sales. If you want to build a headcount report and your measure is a headcount, you can make it count. So you can use that. And there is something called number format. You click here, you will see lots of number format. You can change it. If you say I want to make it as a currency custom, and you can change the decimal point. You want to show 2 decimal or you want to show 0 decimal, 1 decimal, you can do that. Units, either you want to display them thousands or millions or billions, you can do that as well. Negative number, either you want to show it minus negative or you want to put it within the parenthesis, you can do that as well. Prefix with dollar or postfix with dollar, you can do that as well. So lots of stuff here. For each measure, you can right click, go to default properties, and then you can set lots of formats here. So now here it's called worksheet. So you can rename it. Say I'll build one quickly, and then we will be having another demo session tomorrow where we'll go for additional worksheet. So sales by department. So say this is my worksheet, and I can right click here. Go to color, and I can say I want to give it blue. So this will be one tab. Same way you can create multiple worksheet. You can click here, sales by category, sales by segment, say example. So you can come over here, right click, and you can just say I want to give a different color here. So in that way you can differentiate which tab is highlighted, which tab is not highlighted. So now here in sales in department, say I want to put the department in row. I drag and drop, and I say sales in the column. Okay, and then let me pull the customer segment to the row. So it says the department here, and then list of customer segment, and then this is the cell. So that's how you see that cell. Now let me say a profit. I'll want to put it on the color. So you can see that it brings you different color coding, and it says sum of profit. So if you click here, you can go to the measure, you can change here. So you want to show average, you change it, automatically it becomes average of profit. So it's writing a SQL, nothing but you are instructing Tableau to do it for you, right? So you want to view the data here, database, right click, view data. So you click here, so it will bring you what data it is. So suppose you don't know what value for this particular column, you can just right click, view data. You will look at this department is furniture, office supplies, technology. So that's why it groups into these three, and automatically it brings that data for you. So now for example, you want to do a sorting. So you go here, if you keep your mouse cursor on top of it, so it will sort. So you click that, so it's sort is applied. So now you sort ascending, you sort descending, automatically it moves, right? So you see that the sort is applied now. So if you right click here, you say clear sorting, so automatically it will go away. It will be just standard way, automatically it brings the data from the column. You can readjust it, you can sort it, You can do lots of stuff. Okay, now let's go and quickly apply a filter. So suppose I want to drag region here and to put it on the filter. So you can put it here. It will bring you this window, which is filter window, and that's where you can see whether you want to give wildcard filter, you want to give conditional filter, or you want to give top 10, top 20. So you can do that. And if you look at this, it brings automatically the values from the database table. Either you enter the custom value, or you use the out of box value, or you say use all. Click OK. So that brings your filter here. Okay, so right click there, show quick filter. It will show you in the right side of this. So now let's go for visualization here. So if you look at this, this is your dashboard, the worksheet. This is not a dashboard, this is a worksheet, and you can see that in the bottom you can see tab by tab. So before you build a dashboard, you can look at your data, how it looks in the visualization mode, and you change it here, your data will change. So if you check all, uncheck all, data is gone, check all, you change it, so automatically your graph will change, right? And then there is something called tooltip. So if you keep on mouse cursor on top of it, it will show you what is your customer segment, what is the department, what is the average profit, what is the average sell. So to look at your data, you can do that, and you say keep only means you want to keep that row, you want to exclude, it will exclude. So whatever you want to do, you can do that as well. So keep escape, go back to your normal window. So that's what it does from the dimension perspective, and dragging and dropping, building. And here see something that is interesting. There are lots of different type of visualization it supports. Suppose I want to make it a tabular, so you click here, so it brings you average profit and sell. So if I want to make profit in the below, you just drag it, go here, so sales and profit. So either you move from here, reverse it, or you go to the measure value and rearrange it. So that's how your visualization work. Which way you want? You want pie chart, you want bar chart, you want bubble chart, geographical chart. There are lots of different charts and products it supports. So say you have another dashboard by segment, you can do that as well. So you have customer segment, so by customer segment you want to see the sales, put it here, and that's where it comes as a sales of total, and you right click here, you say title, so it will bring this title box. You can double click there, you can change it, you can highlight in different color as well. It's just like Windows. And you want to show the caption below, right click, show caption. It will bring the below caption here, say sum of sales broken down to customer segment, right? So there are lots of interesting features it has. And then when you go for a dashboard, let me quickly show you that as well, but we will continue again our demo tomorrow, where we will go some of the advanced feature, what it has and what it is capable of. When you build a dashboard, you see that these are out of box, so you can drag and drop an image here. So if I want to give a Tableau logo here, you can bring that. So that is how your dashboard will look like. And then you have sales by department, you drag and drop it here, so you can rearrange your logo. So you can do lots of stuff. So your departmental report here, and you can place your sales by region, you can rearrange it. And here there is a good feature where you can set where you want to visualize, whether it is a laptop mode, you change it, it will be readjusted. You want to set it to iPad mode, you can do it, or you want to give exactly how much size you want, you can do that as well. So when you make this dashboard, you can go here and you can say fit into the entire view, so it will fit into the entire view. So how you visualize is pretty much how you design. Okay, so there is a vertical bar, there is a web page. So if I want to create a dashboard where I want to give some web page, so you come here, www.tablowsoftware.com. when you click OK, so it brings a whole Tableau software into your dashboard. Okay, so then when you go visualization mode, you can visualize it. So you can fit it into your laptop size and you can look at this. So you see that dashboard 1, dashboard 2, you can go to each workbook, and finally your final step will be you are publishing your dashboard to the Tableau public. So you go server, make it Tableau public, and you save it to web, and then you publish your workbook. Okay, so we will continue the demo tomorrow, where we will go over certain additional features Tableau has, and then we will finally publish our dashboard into Tableau public, and we will view it from web. Okay. Alright, so that ends the session for today. I'll stop recording of this, and we will again talk tomorrow and go over the advanced features, touch base on few key areas in Tableau from the demo perspective. Thank you. Bye-bye.